Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm going to do your August the 17th just for today in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. I am. It's a beautiful morning. It's early, and I am excited to be alive. The title of the meditation is Tell the Truth. A symptom of our disease is alienation, and honest sharing will free us to recover. Now, that comes from our basic text, page 83. Truth connects us to life while fear, isolation, and dishonesty alienate us from it. As using addicts, we hid as much of the truth about ourselves from as much of the world as we possibly could. Our fear kept us from opening ourselves up to those around us, providing protection against what others might do if we appeared, vulnerable. But our fear also kept us from connecting with our world. We lived like alien beings on our own planet, always alone and getting lonelier by the minute. The 12 steps and the fellowship of recovering addicts give people like us a place where we can feel safe, telling the truth about ourselves. We are able to honestly admit our frustrating, humbling powerlessness over addiction because we meet many others who've been in the same situation. We're safe among them. And we keep on telling more of the truth about ourselves as we continue to work the steps. The more we do, the more truly connected we feel to the world around us. Today, we need not hide from the reality of our relations with the people, places, and things in our lives. We accept those relationships just as they are, and we own our part in them. We take time every day to ask, am I telling the truth about myself? Each time we do this, we draw that much further away from the alienation that characterizes our addiction, and that much closer to the freedom recovery can bring us. Just for today, truth is my connection to reality. Today, I will take time to ask myself, am I telling the truth? Wow, that was deep. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the serenity prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. There's something about that title, Tell the Truth. It clenches my spirit in some kind of way. Tell the truth. A symptom of our disease is alienation, and honest sharing will free us to recover. I wonder how often I went into a meeting bound by the disease of addiction, not the active using part of it, right? Clean, but dirty on the inside, right? Sharing clean and living dirty. I wonder how often I did that. I can say without a doubt, a good 8 to 9 years of only sharing the bits that sounded good, that fit my purpose. I'm not saying that what I was sharing wasn't true. I was sharing what was true, but I was selectively sharing. And I was sharing for impact. I was sharing to impress. I was sharing to I don't want to say depress, but the opposite of impress, right? So I was sharing to scare people further away from me. So my sharing, the way that I would share was brutally honest, And it didn't draw. I don't believe it drew people to me. I remember a gentleman one time telling me, an addict in recovery, right? He pulled me aside and he said, some of the issues you have, the ability to relate, and people relate to you, right? Some of those relational issues that you're having are because people are afraid of you. I thought that was a compliment. That's what I needed people to be. But the parts that were vulnerable, the part of me that was aching and crying every night and wanting to die day after day after day after day after day after day, that part of me, I refuse to expose to anyone. That's not who I am today. Today, I have to actually think about telling a lie, right? I have to actually put the lie together so that I can form it and tell it with intention. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that telling the truth is more innate for me today than telling the lie. Now, that's a switch. And that is recovery for me because I always thought that I had to impress. And it's very common for me to be in a meeting and only out of respect for the atmosphere of recovery do I even share. And a lot of times I don't even get the courage up to share. And I share out of a sense of commitment and obligation. I may not even share until one of the last few shares. And it's not because I want to have the final word, but I'm tired of always having the first word. I'm tired of always being the first to open up the table, right? I'm tired of what is she gonna do? What is she gonna say? And let us follow suit. No, 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 no. I don't go into the meeting to set the topic. I don't even go into the meeting to educate. I don't bring any of my degrees with me when I go. I bring myself. And oftentimes I don't have I'm just glad to be in a meeting. I don't have the energy a lot of the times to engage with open sharing. I just want to listen. I just want to be in the atmosphere of recovery and enjoy it. But I'll tell you something. When I do share, that's what's going on with me. I don't have to beef it up. I don't have to water it down. I just share what's going on with me. And I have no idea who benefits from it. I won't say that I don't care if someone benefits from it. I hope someone does, but that's not my concern today. So, where are you? That's me, okay? I've shared my perspective on telling the truth and learning how to tell the truth over a period of years. If you're listening and you've been around a long time and you still have a tendency to camouflage this share, right? Try to set it up. Oh my goodness, some people come into the meeting and they just take the whole meeting hostage. Like they really think this is an invitation for open share and they take 20 minutes to tell us half of the truth or to educate us or to preach to us, right? That's not what the meetings are for. How do you share? I remember I had a sponsee one time and I don't even know where she is anymore. Um, but she probably has 20 at least 20 years clean. And I know she prefers the other fellowship, right? So I don't even know where she's at. But when she came into the area, there was such an energy that came with her. And she would share, if you let her, she would share a good 30 minutes. Now, the meetings were only an hour and a half at that time. And it took a good 20 minutes just to get through the fluff of the meeting, the readings and announcements and all of that. And she would almost always be within the first two people to share. And she would just share for a long time. And I remember when she asked me to sponsor her. First of all, there was something that said, this might not, there's just, you've had way too many resentments with some of the things she would say. She was one of them people that would sniper share. And so here we are, we've had all this history of differences and me being attacked in the meetings with her share. And here we are all these years later, and she's asking me to sponsor her. And I take that seriously. And I had to immediately remember that takes a level of humility to approach me and ask me to sponsor you after you've sniper shared me for almost 10 years. I couldn't say no. But one of the things I remember asking her to work on, I need for you to share when the timer goes off, you need to finish that sentence you're on, even if it doesn't intellectually make sense for you to end your share. I want for you to stop sharing at 5 minutes. No matter where you're at in your share, just say, thank you for letting me share. And I think for the first month, I asked her to just introduce herself and say that she was grateful, right? To be in a meeting, grateful to be anywhere, as a matter of fact, and pass. And to use me as her sponsor for that deeper stuff that she would go into, which basically just surrounded mental illness and the behaviors that come with that, to share those with me, because I can give you an hour, right? I can give you my ear for 30 minutes, for an hour, even longer if that's what's needed. Right? And so my point is that if you're not sharing, you need to start sharing. And if you are sharing and you're not sharing honestly, stop and begin to share honestly. Let us in to your life. Let us, the group, in to who you are, because you're letting us in to your life, the truth, the authentic self, right? Allowing us to know you may be the very thing that holds you, that keeps you when you don't want to do this recovery thing anymore. You will have people that know you well enough to say, I'm outside. I'm sitting outside your house, girl. If you don't open the door and come out here, I'm about to take you to get some coffee while you tripping on the phone. I've pulled up on you. I'm right here. Do you know how many times I've actually done that? Had somebody on the phone telling me about how bad they want to use, and I end up right at their front door, knocking on their door while they're talking to me. See, you want somebody in your life that can respond to you like that. But we don't know to respond to you like that if you're not sharing truthfully. NA also stands for never alone. You never have to be alone again. So let's take the fact that this is a program and one of that is built on a foundation of honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. And that is the how of the program. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today, and I hope that you've enjoyed the podcast. Have a beautiful day on purpose. Talk to you tomorrow.